Okay, so this is the text that we had found before. The issue was that I'd actually, sort of erroneously had the offset of like somewhere around in here entered as the beginning of that text, and then actually it starts right there. So I've updated that offset here to 1AF01, and I've actually I moved this from down below here to up above this, so that these text blocks, are in order numerically. So let's go ahead and, well, we've already gotten to the end of this block, which was down here. So let's see what else we can find. It almost looks like text, but it is not. And what we should see is a lot of those break characters in any actual script. This is all like graphics and just regular game code. And that, I mean, those might be the only two blocks of script in the game, or they might be the only two blocks of scripts we've found the encoding for. There could be some text in here encoded differently. It's hard to say. But we're going to have to go through the whole thing, each page through one page at a time, until we get to the end. Okay, so we got all the way to the end of the ROM file here, and I didn't see anything that stuck out to me as more script text, at least not encoded like this, like I said. So, and what we've seen so far in this, actually it was, I guess, in the second block of text, we found the intro and what looked like the ending and the credits. So that's a pretty good sign that we've sort of found all of this inline text, having had the intro and the ending, and then this text here, if you remember, it was text that we saw show up in battle. So it's entirely possible that this is the full extent of all of the sort of in-battle text that we get. So this could very well easily be these 2 blocks, the entire script for this game. So you may be surprised to know, though, that we're actually not finished making our table file yet. So let's go ahead, let's jump to some of this text. We're going to go to offset 14902. And what we can see here is that all of our diacritical marks here, like I said, appear as a separate byte, and what it means is that they actually appear next to the unvoiced character. Now in Japanese, they're actually representations of those characters with their sort of voiced marks next to them, in this case, like this, for this particular character, as opposed to, just having the this character with a diacritical mark next to it here in the next space. So we'd rather dump our text like that to display these characters properly, because that's going to make it easier when translating it if you have to copy paste or like look up any vocabulary or anything like that. So let's go ahead and put that into our table file. So we're going to go over to the table file, and what we're going to do is make the space in here for these. So we've got 2 sets of characters here, essentially. We have hiragana and we have katakana, and they both have instances of voice characters, and they're the same in each one. What it's going to be, it's going to be all of the ka, sa, and ta characters, and then the ha characters have actually 2 different kinds of voicings. So we're gonna just put in the space here for these. These are the single voicings, and it's going to be this, the byte that shows the unvoiced character, and it's followed, in this case, by the byte that is the diacritical mark. You can call it a diacritical, I don't have to call it a diacritical mark. Or a diacritic, I think. Diacritic. So we're just copy pasting these in here. Oops. There's that. And so for the H's here, ha, hi, hu, he, ho, or F's, it's kind of an in-between, fa, fi, fu, fe, fo. Alright, so ha, hi, oops, ha, hi, hu, he, ho. We're going to do 2 spaces, and we have to then, oops, paste. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Jeez, we're going to paste those in twice. Okay, so now let's figure out what our voiced characters are again. It's going to be, or our diacritical marks, OC and OD. So OC here is going to transform this into gi, gu, ge, go, and we're just going to put these in, oops, to all of these. And we'll go down here and put them in here, but we need the other character as well. And get Babi Bube Bo from those, and from OD turns those into Pa Pi Pu Pe Po, which always sounds kind of silly. So Pa Pi. I didn't do that right, did I? what in the world did I do there? Oh no, I did that right. Pa Pi Pu Pe Po. Alright, and now we're actually going to put in the characters. So here we have, oh, how did I miss this one? Ka. Ka, ki, go, okay. So we get ga, hi, gu, ge. Go. We get oops, za, z, zu, oops, ze, and zo. And then da, di, do, de, go. And head to the ha's, and we get ba, bi, gu, de, go. And also pa, pi, pu, te, po. And we're going to do the same thing for katakana, and I'll probably skip that, but I'll keep recording it.
Fuck, man. The fuck did that happen? Jesus Christ. Ga, gi, gu, ge, go. Za, zi, zu, ze. Zo. Da, di, du, de, do. Gut. ba, bi, bu, be, bo, pa, pi, pu, pe, and po. Okay, so we've finished our katakana voiced characters. So let's go ahead, we've saved this, and we'll go ahead and open the table file. I believe it's this one. So now we can see our voiced characters are appearing properly here. They're actually showing up white because they're a dual byte encoded. But yeah, so this is going to be much nicer in our script dump. So let's go ahead and dump this script, and this is pretty simple. We're going to use this to say dump text. We're going to dump from this offset to this offset, and we're going to call this, you know what, actually, let me call this battle.txt, because it's just one block, and it's everything that I assume shows up in the battle text. So that has been dumped. And I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Hopefully I will edit that out. We're going to go ahead and get this text from this other offset here. Dump text from here to here. And we'll call this inline text, and we will dump that. Okay, so we're almost finished here. So we're going to go ahead to this Game Gear project, and let's open up, it doesn't really matter, we'll open up battle text, we'll say okay. So this is what our script dump looks like. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's a big pile of junk. What's going to make this a little more readable is going to use the control codes that already appear in the script to handle breaking and the ending of text. And what we're going to do is we're just going to do a replace. So let's do replace this break character with a it's going to have two line breaks after it. So let's go ahead and replace all. And we see already this looks quite a bit better. But this ending here, you know, we've determined that kind of shows like where the line ends. And let's go ahead and replace that. And we're going to replace it with the same thing with an extra line break, and that's just something you can do in my text editor here. We're going to say replace all. And there we go. This is a somewhat formatted script. It does have some control codes in here, these extra FFs and C7.5s and stuff like that. But, you know, you can translate around that. This is probably functional for our purposes. So let's, you know, again, like I said, if I found all the pointers and the pointer table or whatever it is and dumped it that way, it'd probably come out a little cleaner. But this really is not so bad. So we're going to do that. Let's get this inline text. We're going to do the same thing. Let's go ahead and actually, if I just hit replace, it remembers the last thing we replaced, at least here. So we'll hit replace all. And then we're going to do our breaks, replace those, and we're just going to have one less line break, replace all those. And there we can see, and that looks good. All of our inline text there. So we'll save that. And that is very likely the entire script for Madou Monogatari III on the Game Gear. Now let's just take a look at the size of these, because this might give us a little extra information. We see the battle text here 76K, and this inline text is 10K. So that is in line with like the amount of text that's in the other Madou Monogatari games. So I think we've accomplished our goal here. I hope that this was interesting. And we went through making a table file, sort of, you know, basically relative searching for some text in the game using the relative search values, and you know, the text as it appears in the game itself and the font as it appears in the ROM file in order to build up our table file. You know, we kind of tested that, then we loaded it up and we actually just visually scanned for the text in the game, and we were able to successfully dump a script for this game. So thank you very much for watching. Again, like I said, I hope this is helpful. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and I hope you'll join me again for more, I don't know, videos about the projects I'm working on. Alright, you guys take care.